Hi everybody, welcome to our music class at Udemy. Our mission is to help anyone learn music the right way. Together with my co-instructors Jessica and Jacob Livianu, who are my best students and children, we will be helping you every step of the way. All our music courses are available at Udemy on demand, so students can learn at their own pace, on their own time, and on any device. This course presents 32 lessons for music theory with ear training and sight singing exercises. It is part of an educational series entitled Learn the Language of Music with a Juilliard Scholar. The course starts with Lesson 1 of 32, Music Theory with Ear Training and Sight Singing Exercises in the Do major, C major natural scale. Here you will learn to understand, recognize, read and write, and perform melodies, intervals, and chords with the 7 notes of the Do major, C major natural scale. Learning the fundamentals of music will give you a powerful and very useful tool at your fingertips, whether you are a passionate music lover, a student, or emerging superstar. A well-developed musical ear is absolutely necessary for any type of musician. Do you know what the greatest musicians of the day have in common? From Bach and Mozart, Stravinsky and Duke Ellington, Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett, Billy Joel and Will Ferrell, and so many others? They all have an extraordinary, well-trained, and masterfully developed musical ear. This 1-hour lesson is super easy to understand and learn, has excellent documentation, and is the standard in quality education at elite music schools, from the Paris Academy in France to Harvard, Juilliard, and Berkeley in the United States, the Bucharest Academy of Music in Romania, and so on. Having a professional musical ear is your first step towards Carnegie Hall, Broadway, the Juilliard School, or the blind auditions on The Voice. This college-style course has been adapted in 2015 specifically for Udemy students worldwide. This is the equivalent of a 2-semester undergraduate course, which would earn you 4 credits at a cost of about $3,000. Now it is available here at Udemy for a fraction of that. The original course is a 32-lesson, 32-hour cycle which I wrote and taught since the early 1980s under the following title: Learn Perfect Pitch, Volume 1, Solmization with Scales, Intervals, and Chords in 15 major natural and 15 minor harmonic scales. Solmization means practicing ear training by singing the 7 notes of a scale like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do in different combinations, forming different modes of the scale or parts of it, arpeggios, intervals, and chords. The 32 lessons have 7 parts each, subdivided in theory and singing. There are 32 video and audio lessons accompanied with 32 PDF manuals, of course available for download and printing. The meaning of perfect pitch in this context refers to the dual ability of recognizing musical notes by their exact pitch and location on the 12-tone, well-tempered chromatic scale, also known as absolute pitch. The second skill is to recognize musical notes in relationship to each other, like a perfect fifth interval or a major triad in root position. This latter skill is also known as relative pitch, definitely the more important and valuable of the 2 abilities. Now let's discuss your lesson. This is a practical ear training and sight singing course for anyone interested in developing a professional musical ear. The 3 guiding principles are listen, sing, repeat. This means that as you follow along these exercises and together with the theoretical introductions, the student should listen intently to the musical example, then repeat deliberately by singing along, and keep repeating this 3-step process throughout all the 32 lessons. Practice 1 lesson for 6 days in a row, then rest 1 day and repeat the process for the next 31 lessons, 31 weeks. The 7 singing parts in each lesson are about 30 minutes long. You can practice only the 7 singing exercises after you studied the 7 introductory theoretical parts for 1 or 2 days. Please do not change the order of the 7 parts or do anything else to modify the exercises. This material is intended for students that need to improve their ear training and sight singing skills. These highly refined exercises are rooted in the Western European tradition of learning tonal music with solfège. It means sight singing with Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, as it is the established method in European, Latin American, and Asian schools for hundreds of years. Though only English and German-speaking countries use the 7 letters of the alphabet to sight sing, this material can easily be adapted to serve the needs of students from these countries. Ideally, music students everywhere should be comfortable and embrace both forms of notation, with letters A, B, C, and with syllables do, re, mi. There is no contradiction between the two methods of naming the notes, though for singing and pronunciation purposes it is more practical to use the solfege system with do, re, mi. I am firmly convinced that practicing with solfege, do, re, mi, is the most successful and efficient method for developing a professional musical ear in the fastest possible way. If you are more comfortable singing with the ABC system rather than do, re, mi, that is okay, though the letters are normally used for harmonic shorthand. The Livianu method advocates only the use of the fixed do approach, where each note and each scale has a unique and non-interchangeable name. The movable do system was a viable method used by singers in the Middle Ages to transpose modal music with 6 notes. The concepts of harmony and modulation were not yet developed, and the tonal system with 7 notes had yet to emerge. The student needs to develop an oral sense of all 15 major and 15 minor scales, as the principles of harmony and modulation are completely dependent on the underlying grid of tonal relationships, values, and functions that link the 30 major and minor scales, keys, tonalities. Only beginners should name the alterations while sight singing, otherwise you do not need to sing the names of the sharps and flats, as the altered notes are intimated through intonation. Keeping things simple, efficient, and logical are the main goals of the Livianu method for studying music theory with ear training and sight singing exercises. If you have questions, ideas, or comments, send me an email to david@livianu.com. Livianu is spelled Livianu. This is David Livianu, your music teacher. Together with Jessica and Jacob, we wish you lots of luck and success. Please remember, learning music starts with singing, and dedicated practice makes perfect. Have fun and sing the music. Now, let's go to your lesson.